Peut-être Synchronicity, épisode 2. Ah ouais, il faut que je trouve une solution pour sauver les enfants.
How long will those animals in uniform wait before shooting those boys? Their time is running out. Jesus, Michael, think of some way to save them.
Ok, ils sont dans la merde. Ça, j'avais compris.
According to it looks some, but I'm a subway. That's a heavy. It's a powerful. I don't know if it's intuition, but I have. I don't think doing this would serve any purpose. I'd rather not do that. The acid would do its corrosive work, and then I wouldn't have it anymore. Although, according to Nurse Uma, I don't want to be without it. Better not. I don't see any way to use it besides. I'm curious as where would or who. They could be the perfect projectile, but these nails would end up shredding the rubber band on the slingshot. Besides, something tells me I'm not very good at using these things. Why would I want to do something like that? How could I use these two objects besides wearing it? That wouldn't serve any. Better not. If I keep bothering those animals in uniform, I'm the one who's going to end up in a wooden box. How long will those animals in uniform wait before shooting those boys? Their time is running out. Jesus, Michael, think of some way to save them.
Je vais pouvoir passer par là, non?
Impossible. In the distance. Where does it lead? Use this here? How? Impossible. Impossible. It's beyond my reach. The grate prevents me from getting...
Je peux pas la faire fondre là, la grille.
The only thing I'd achieve by doing that would be to use up all the acid. I don't think... I'm not gonna pour acid on this crowbar. It's been very useful to me up to now. The bolt cutters are very worn. I'm afraid Shoot over there, even if I had a projectile handy. I consider myself rather clumsy. I just end up getting my fingers caught in the elastic. No matter how hard It doesn't look like it's having any effect. I don't... Thick bars at the end of the pipe block the opening to the outside. Extremely hard and solid, I'm afraid. The acid won't melt these bars.
D'accord, l'acide ne fera pas fondre les barreaux. Que je peux les écarter.
The bars are too thick. How long will those animals in uniform wait before shooting those boys? Their time is running out. Jesus, Michael, think of some way to save them. Impossible. If these bolt cutters didn't have any effect on the chain padlock, I doubt they're going to get anywhere with these bars either. I don't quite see how I could use this here. The entire world has collapsed. Why would I care in the least about leaving fingerprints here? Use this here? How? I can't use these two objects together. No matter how... I don't think doing... This plastic bag is designed to hold the remains of the dissolved, so I'm not putting that inside there right now. I could try to use the nails to join them, but they wouldn't be able to pierce the metal of the subway sign. I don't see any way of combining these two objects using anything I have on me. Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? Better not. Reduce this box to splinters and sawdust? I don't see the point. Even if I could, I wouldn't cut this object in two. Why would I want to do something? I'm afraid I can't do that. Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what?
Je peux attacher sur la caisse en bois.
Reduce. I could try to use the nails to join them, but they wouldn't be able to pierce the metal.
Est-ce que je peux attacher, bordel?
I don't see any way of combining these two objects using anything I have on me. It's an internal Army memo for the hospital's medical staff. The report talks about the failure to develop a cure for the dissolved, and what's even worse, the decision to finally abandon the search for one. Since it's made of... That wouldn't serve. Since it's made... It's useless. How long will those... Before they're... Jeez.
Oh.
You have to let
The camp will or with those and that.
those pigs are gonna kill the bull. I'll be responsible. I have to.
Ah, comment je peux les aider, bordel?
It's useless. I'll never get these nails through the metal of the subway sign. I don't see any need to nail anything to this. I can't use these two objects together. Even if I could, I wouldn't cut this object in two. Then, I wouldn't have it anymore. I don't think doing this would serve any purpose. There's no need to handle this with gloves on. Better not. I don't see how I can use scratching the glass with. Besides, I hate this. Why would I want to do something like that? It's useless. I'll never get these nails through the metal of the subway sign. With the acid, I'd only end up ruining the piece. No doubt the acid could clean off the rust, but it would leave the nails No doubt the acid could clean off the rust, but it would leave the nails practically useless. Better not. I'm not. I don't see any way to use the GPS with that. Besides, this contraption doesn't have any batteries. I came out of this crate. Why would I want to put it back in there? How long are those before they're Jesus? If I can't put a stop to it, this is going to be the canvas where those uniformed bastards paint more of their macabre graffiti. And I'll be the one responsible. If I can't paint... You have to let me in. I need...
The camp will open when those brats confess to their crime, or when we find them. Those two brats are gonna pay a very high. And now,
those pigs are gonna kill... I have...
the camp will or those and
Those pigs... I'll be...
Mais je veux pas ce bâtard.
It looks like quite a large river flowed through it once, but nowadays, only this dry riverbed remains as a reminder. A small military sentry box, so narrow that the soldier on duty can hardly turn around inside. The barbed wire surrounding the camp is incredibly tangled, and the barbs look like they'd tear you to pieces. It looks like the army wanted to make it very difficult for anyone who might get the bright idea of trying to escape. I'm not going to be able to get through the barrier. The army will keep the camp entrance closed until they find whoever killed the watchtower sentry.
Il va me manquer un objet, c'est obligé.
This home already has an owner. Let's leave him in. How long are those before they're... Jesus! Getting into a punching match. This house already has an owner. Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here. It looks like this heating technology is not limited to the refugee camp. These bonfires are used here too, and their emissions are just as toxic here as they are there. What the hell could they be burning in them? I refuse to touch that repulsive mess and put it in my pocket. It's absolutely putrid. No. It's too big for carrying them. The fish would just disintegrate and disappear in the folds of the bag. Authorized Vehicle Pass. It's the ID that allows the cleanup brigades to get in and out of the hospital compound in their macabre ambulances. From what I can tell, the Army can pump you full of lead if you try to come through the gate without one of these. The guards were clear. How long were those? Jesus. The guards' ID.
This entrance is reserved for authorized motor vehicles only. Get away from it. Move on.
What the hell? Those savage, at least on foot. No, I have to save the. I have to do.
Pas aller là-bas. Y'a rien. Là, je peux rien récupérer non plus. Dans l'église peut-être.
The only thing I'd achieve by doing that would be. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'd rather not do that. Getting into a punching match with... It doesn't look like... Even if I had a... Now, I don't think I... Sabotaging this vehicle wouldn't do much good. I have no intention of getting any beside. I don't quite see how I... Shoot over there, even if I had a projectile handy. I consider myself rather clumsy. It could be very useful to me, if I was any good at using it. But I'm afraid I'd only stab myself in the eye if I tried to shoot something with a slingshot. That wouldn't serve any purpose. They could be the perfect projectile, but these nails would end up shredding the rubber band on the slingshot. Besides, something tells me I'm not very good at using these things. I don't see any need to nail anything to this. I can't use these two objects together. I don't see any need to... Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? It's a power... I don't know, but I don't think doing this would serve any purpose. Even if I could. I could try to use the nails to join them, but they wouldn't be able to... I don't see any way of combining these two objects using anything I have on me. I could try to use the nails to join them, but they wouldn't be able to pierce the metal of the subway sign.
Si je mets de l'acide sur le...
With the acid, I'd only end up ruining the pieces of sign even more. I have no doubt this subway sign is already broken enough. The subway sign is already broken in two. I don't see any point in breaking it anymore. Better not. It's useless. It's useless. I'll never get these nails through the metal of the subway sign. I could try... The subway sign is already... The subway sign is... Reduced... Since it's made of wood... It's just a simple written report. How could I use it with that? Why would I want to do something like... don't see any way besides. Scrap beside. That wouldn't serve. No doubt the acid could clean off the road. I doubt I'd accomplish anything using the pieces of the metal sign with that. I can't use these. Out of the question. I don't see any need. If I did. How before shooting their Jesus, Michael? It looks like there are some chiseled stone structures sticking out of the water. What are they? The remains of columns, perhaps? And what are they doing sunk here in the middle of nowhere? Before I go down, I'll in case the... Use this here? I won't be able to use this wooden crate with that. I don't think I'd gain... What for? Cutting my hand? This hole in the ground is steep walls of mud and earth. The distance to the bottom is several yards. How the hell was this cesspit formed? I'm afraid I can't. Shoot over there, even if I had a projectile handy. I consider my... It doesn't look like it's having any... What for? I'm cutting my hand. I don't quite see how I'll get my stuff. How long will it before they're... Jeez! The bolt cutters are very worn. I'm not going to waste energy. Use this here.
Chelou, bordel.
How long were those before they're Jesus? Wait a minute. There's something floating in the pit. Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case... How long were those before they're time? Jesus! Jesus! It's the corpse of Reverend Blake. His neck is broken. In his delirium, he must not have seen the rope I left tied around the tree. It must have fallen from the top when he was trying to get down here. But what the hell was he looking for here? He still has the same grimace of terror as when he ran out of the church. What made him go mad? I don't care anymore. I'm afraid he took the answer with him to the grave. Let's see what's in here. Now that I've got a damp, moldy business card, it's almost illegible, but it looks like it's from a place called Beechwood Oracle. Most of the text is too worn off to read. All you can make out of it is an address, 24 Mammothswood Street. Use this on his face? Why? Okay, time's running out, and I'll do anything to save those kids. If there's a good reason to do it, I will. I just need one good reason to do it. The only thing I'd achieve by doing that would be to use up all the assets. I don't think I'd gain... How long will those animals in uniform wait before they're... Jesus! I'll get my stuff. You have to let me in. I need to get
The cat or those and now
those pigs. I have. This business card is my only clue about that, so I've... So Beechwood Oracle, what kind? And why does that... I'm not going to be able to until they... This pig, damn it. You have
the camp or those and
those pigs. I have... Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight. It's the corpse of Reverend Blake. Judging from the themes of his sermons, it looks like Reverend Blake was curing whatever sins he committed. He'll have to bear in silence. How long were those animals before they're Jeez. He still has the same grimace of I don't. Use this on his face? Okay, time's running out. If there's, This confirms what Nurse Uma told this stuff. Better not. Now that I've got... Judging whatever in... The entire world has collapsed. Doesn't... The truth is, but I'm sure tomorrow comes today. There's something... I can't help staring at this post. It's as if there's some hidden message in the background of the image that I'm incapable of processing. What the hell is so familiar to me about this image? And why? How long were those animals before they're... Jesus... Tomorrow... Use this on... Okay, I just... Use... Okay, I just need... I'll get my stuff. This pig, damn it. A small milk. This pig, damn it. The vehicle, I'm not going to be able to get through the barrier until they... I'm not until... You have to let me...
The camp or those and now...
Those pigs are gonna... If I can't paint... You can see the bar... It looks like...
Alors faudrait que j'accuse.
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight.
Elle le lance-pierre dans la poche, non?
It's the...
Pour l'accuser.
Good idea. I could use Reverend Blake as a scapegoat to protect those children. On the other hand, him being one of the most famous and respected men in the city, I doubt anyone would believe my story if I accused him of attacking the sentry in the tower. This is gonna be hard. Very hard. But those children are innocents in all this. And those ruthless savages are about to kill them in cold blood. I have no other choice. God damn it! Had the visions again!
Le faussaire, bordel.
I have to do this. I've got to do this. My head!
You've got to stop this, Michael. I can't stand it anymore. This has to end.
I can't help it. It's that demon. You know I can't help it.
Please, Michael. Please. Make it stop.
Yes. That tiny, cowardly demon. I remember. That brutal sensation of acid running through your veins. Corroding, little by little, anything good and decent you might have left inside you, turning it into pain, rot, and emptiness. disfig... No. God damn it. I've got to finish. The face of the Reverend is still recognizable. I'll have to bear the...
I remember it. I remember. I can smell it, feel it, touch it.
No, please, don't do it. No!
That cowardly demon, that dark and intimate specter that only you know, that gains strength in this new world. Digging its claws into your soul like a jagged piece of glass. Whispering in your ear.
Elle est partie loin, bordel, là.
Is right. Because nobody has the authority to tell you otherwise. Good God, what have I done? What have I done? Why are you showing me this? Please, answer me. Who was I before the catastrophe? Before the world collapsed? Do I really want to know? God, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of myself.
I'll get my stuff. You have to let those boys go. They're innocent. You've got the wrong people.
What are you insinuating, rat? You better have a good reason for saying something like that, or we'll splatter your brains all over the wall of shame, and then use the kids for target practice.
I know who the guilty party is. I know who committed the crime. And I know where he is.
Hey, we've got to hear this. Start talking, rat.
Okay, here goes. I hope those pigs take the bait, because if they find out the truth, I'm a dead man. The murderer was a deranged man I met in the city a few hours ago. He told me he was desperate, tired of the humiliation and violence he had to face every day. He was determined to do something crazy. I didn't believe him at the time, but now I see that he wasn't kidding. After the attack, he committed suicide by jumping into the cesspit next to the camp road. You'll find him there. His face is unrecognizable from hitting the rocks and scraping against the rubble. But I'm sure you'll find the murder weapon next to his body.
We'll check out your story and see if it holds up.
We're approaching what looks like a body. It looks like that worm was right. Over.
Ugh, what a mess. What the hell happened to his face?
Meh, who cares?
We found the guilty party with the murder weapon. Let those kids go.
Ce sauvetage de l'extrême.
Unlock the camp gate. Over.
You can come in now, rat.
This woman in this house gave me the chills. Let's get this over with as soon as possible.
So you've come for your money. Is that it, you rat?
You offered it to me. I didn't ask for anything in return.
No, you're right. Yeah, I guess you've earned it. That's what we agreed. I'm an honest woman. I think you have a very wrong impression of me. Take your money, Michael.
All right. Thank you and good luck. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around the camp.
Wait! Michael, is it money that you want? I have more money. I still have some savings. Those camp rats didn't manage to take it all. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I don't understand.
My husband is about to die. Without him, we'll be nobodies. Me and the kids. The soldiers don't even show us any respect anymore. A while ago, they broke in here to take them away with no explanation. And it didn't matter to them in the least whose children they were. But if you stay here, all that could change. I still have some contacts. I could arrange for you to become the new Camp Mole. You're not like the rest of those rats out there, Michael. You're one of us. We'd be important again. We'd keep our privileges. Or do you want to be just another beggar in this sewer? I can't lower myself to that. I'd do anything. Stay here with us, Michael.
No. I don't doubt for a second that this woman would be capable of anything, like a cornered scorpion. I don't think that would be a good idea. It would be better for me to leave. Take good care of those boys. They're good kids.
Yeah, Get out of here, you disgusting rat. You're all alike. In this camp, all you rats are alike. I don't need you. I don't need any of you. You're just waiting to see us fall. But I won't give you the satisfaction, you disgusting rats. I'll do what I have to do. But you won't see me crawling around in the trash like you.
A cornered scorpion, surrounded by flames that are closing in. I think it would be best not to speak to this woman ever again. She could be dangerous. Better not. I have no... Must be because of the dampness, I suppose. Now...
Hello, Michael. Did you see us out there with the soldiers? They were pointing their rifles at us, but we didn't squeal on you. We're two brave, strong men, aren't we?
Well, we did cry a little.
Shut up.
Of course you are. I'm proud of you. When you're grown up, everyone will know that you two can be trusted.
Grown up? But that's not going to be for a long time.
Yeah, besides, our mom says that's not going to happen. There's no future for anyone, not for us either.
Don't pay any attention to what people say. You should only worry about taking care of each other. That's the only thing that matters now, okay? I gotta get going. Goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye, Michael.
I brought money. Let me see Rose.
Hey, this is a lot of dough, pal.
So, is it enough?
More than enough. This'll get you into Rose's van for the rest of the night. All you can eat. Have a good time with our Minnie Mouse, but be careful with the merchandise. You know how it works. You break it, you buy it.
Yeah, I get it.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead. You came back.
Hello, Rose.
Are you here to save me? Have you brought me my baby? They won't let me leave here to look for him. He's all I have left in the world. I don't have anyone else. Will you help me? That's why you came back, isn't it? Or did you come back for the other thing? Do you want me to take off my clothes and lie down on the mattress?
I'd like to talk to you, Rose. You told me you had a secret to tell me. I need to hear it.
Yes, Mr. Sleepyhead. I know a secret about you. It's something very important, but I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
Because you haven't brought me my baby. I asked you to help me and you haven't done it. I want to hold my baby again and rock him to sleep. Aren't we friends anymore, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Yes, of course we're still friends. But Rose, please. I need to know what it is. What is this secret?
Okay, I'll give you a clue. It's a riddle. I have something of yours from before the Great Wave. It's the key for you to lock and unlock your chest of dreams, you sleepy bear. But I won't give it to you unless I can hold my baby again.
The key to my chest of dreams? I don't know what the devil she's talking about. But if it's something from before the Great Wave, no doubt it could help me recover my past. Rose, I don't have time for games. Give me whatever you have, please.
No. You have to help me first. Please bring me my baby. I want to rock him to sleep again, like in the picture on the wall. Have you seen the picture of my baby and me? It was taken before the Great Wave. I have no one else. I need my baby. Bring him to me. Bring him to me! Bring him to me!
Hey, pal, you can have a good time with our Minnie Mouse, but don't mess up the merchandise. Don't make us come in there. You know how it works. You break it, you buy it.
All right, Rose, all right. Calm down. No, I don't want you to lie down. Tell me, Rose, why can't you leave here?
It's because of them. They don't let me go any farther than that empty lot over there. They say I have to be ready in case a client comes. They only let me go see Rod and Colin in their trailer every once in a while.
And why don't you run away?
Those men are too scary, Mr. Sleepyhead. They yell at me and hit me if I don't do what they say. Sometimes they lock me in here in the dark for hours. And I'm afraid the soldiers will come back. They say they'll call them, and if I don't behave, they'll hurt me again. I'm so afraid of the dark. Aren't you? Colin is afraid of the dark too. Before he got sick, he told me, and now they won't let me see him anymore.
I like the light better. Do you like the lights in my room, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Yes, they're very pretty, Rose.
It's like it's Christmas every day, isn't it? But the one who scares me most is the hunter. He's always ordering everyone around with a voice like an angry lion. He even gives orders to those men outside. He's like a horrible big dog about to bite you. I get the shivers every time he comes to visit me. But I like your voice very much, Mr. Sleepyhead. You sound like a knight in a fairy tale.
And I'm your princess.
You said you don't have anyone. Where is your family?
I don't know, Mr. Sleepyhead. The last time I saw them was when that great wave came. They said they were leaving, but that they'd come back to find me, and then they left me alone with my baby. They told me they'd only come back if I took good care of him, if I held him and rocked him to sleep, like in the picture on the wall. Did you see my baby and me in the picture, Mr. Sleepyhead? But someone took him while I was asleep. You see, I had this dream while those soldiers were hurting me. Do you like to dream, Mr. Sleepyhead?
It depends on the dream, Rose.
I dream about my baby a lot, sleeping in his little cradle. And I also dream about my room in the house I used to live in before the Great Wave. The sun came in through the window every morning and lit up everything. Sometimes it looked like the walls were going to catch fire. This room is darker. I don't like the dark. That's when they come and hurt me. And sometimes they lock me here in the dark to punish me if I don't do what they say. Have you brought me my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead?
That poor girl is more disturbed than I thought. It looks like her mind hasn't been able to deal with all the pain of these last few months. Someone needs to get her out of here. No, Rose. I'm sorry. I haven't brought you here, baby. Goodbye, Rose. I should be going now.
No, don't go. Please. Will you help me, Mr. Sleepyhead? Will you bring me my baby? And will you bring me a cradle like this one in the picture? Be my knight in shining armor. Bring me what I ask and I'll give you the answer. The key to unlock your chest of dreams.
I'll try, Rose. I promise. It's a page torn out of a very old magazine. In her delirium, poor Rose thinks it's a photograph of her and her baby taken before the Great Wave. From the mother at the side. Must be some leftover Christmas lights that are being used to decorate this room. There's makeup scattered at the foot of this mirror. I suppose those savages out there force Rose to put on makeup to make herself look older than she really is. This is the poor girl's place of business. It was probably dragged here from one of those heaps of trash out there. It's the pile of rags Rose is saving for her baby. When winter comes, my baby will get cold. That's what she said. A string of Christmas lights is the only source of light in this room. The reflections of the colors make this place seem even gloomier and more sordid. A string of lights with every single one of its bulbs smashed. I'd say this is a present by the ghost of Christmas yet to come. A hand drill, perfect for making holes in hard surfaces. In a world without electricity, this is the only way to do it. The subway sign is already broken in two. I don't see any point in breaking it anymore. It's useless. I'll never get... The subway sign is already... This wouldn't... It seems that these things became very scarce after the Great Wave. This one's really old.
Hey, is tonight's plan to piss us off? Get away from that tank or we'll stuff you inside that thing and weld the...
Clear as day. I don't see any...
What exactly? Hey, pal, my...
Extremely. I was just curious. You don't have to get nervous. Violent and unscrupulous, these two guys.
Huh? Hey, you're quick, pal. So, how'd our little mouse do?
Rose was talking to me about a baby, her son. Do you know where he is or how I can find him?
That little mouse's mind is gone. I wouldn't pay much attention to what she says. Hey, as far as I know, her entire family died in the Great Wave. After the explosion, she wandered around in it until she finally ran into a group of drunken soldiers who wanted to, you know, have some fun with her. When we found her, all she had left was that wrinkled old magazine clipping clutched in her hand. It's her pride and joy. Now she's got it stuck up on the wall of the van. And as far as the baby's concerned? Probably not alive anymore. If it ever existed. Who knows what goes on in that nutcase's head?
Then she really is all alone. She doesn't have anyone.
Of course she does. She has us now. My partner and I are sort of like, her new family. We protect her and we feed her. We actually keep her alive. And you can bet your ass we will. As long as our little mouse still has that small fortune between her legs.
You two are despicable.
I think we'll have to teach that naughty little girl how to keep her mouth shut. Don't jump to conclusions, pal. Let me tell you how we found that chatty little rodent, since you're so interested in her. It was about 4 months ago. She was naked and a group of soldiers had gang raped her and left her for dead. They left her body wrapped in barbed wire from the camp fence. Crows would have picked her clean if we hadn't found her when we did. It's only thanks to us that she's still alive. Someone like Rose could never survive in the New World alone. You know that as well as we do. We're helping her. We protect her and we feed her. We actually keep her alive. The only thing we ask for in return is that she earn her keep. Only problem is, and the fact is, the girls...
What good Samaritan?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but you're catching on.
So this business is really just another one of the hunter's rackets?
Hey, careful what you say. We're independent businessmen. The hunter just lets us operate in his territory. He gives us protection and sends us clients. In exchange for a percentage, of course. Fair's fair. Yeah, fair's fair.
Of course. No doubt. I just hope that someday those bastards find wherever. I don't have anything else to just...
Okay. You paid for her.
Kidnap those two. But this... Hey. You... Rose was talking...
Hey, after the... Until... When it, and as far as the babies... Then of course, we... As long...
So this business is really...
Hey, careful what you say. We're independent. The hunter just let in it. Fair's... Yeah.
Of course. I don't have anything else to discuss with you two.
Okay, come back. You paid for...
Okay. It's a... It's a thick cable that runs along that building's roof, but I can't see it very well from here. It's too high. I could put this thing on top of the drums, but I doubt it. This cable is too high. Okay, so we'll make a hole in one of these drums. Blah. This must be the poisonous concoction they serve as a beverage in the bar. The drum is already empty enough. I think I can now get rid of this old hand drill. I doubt I'll be using it again. With its contents spilled all over the ground, the punctured drum doesn't seem so heavy anymore. This is the only way I can think of to draw those thugs out of their den.
What the hell is going on now?
Ugh, another power failure. Go figure, nothing works in this damn camp.
This damn sewer is gonna be the end of us.
Everything's okay. Calm down and shut your mouth. You, light some and you, come with me and take a look.
It would be better if they didn't see me around here.
Hey, look! The main cable is broken. How could that have happened? I don't know, maybe the wind or a bird.
Bunch of idiots. The cable's cut. This was sabotage.
Yep. And here are the tools he used to do it. Gloves and a pair of bolt cutters.
Damn it. I can kiss that stuff goodbye.
Sabotage? Someone sabotaged us? Who would dare?
I haven't the faintest idea.
What happened, Hank?
Hey, Mike. Nothing in particular. It's nice to see you around here, dude. Some idiotic camp electrician wanted to practice on our place. That's all. We'll give him a fitting reward when we find him. You know. So, tell me, what brings you to these parts?
I wanted to talk business with you.
Business? Of course, Mike. You know, in these hard times, we all have to help each other. I'm sure we'll be able to make a deal. Come inside and sit down with me. And you, fix this. All right, dude. You told me you wanted to talk business. So, here we are. Shoot.
The last time I was here, you told me that you could get anything. I need some batteries.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have gotten very ugly.
How much is it gonna cost me?
Save your cash for those poor devils out there. I can see the future, dude. I can smell it and touch it. And that stupid paper will be worthless in a very, very short time.
So what is it you want in exchange?
The only liquid asset still worth anything in this new world, Mike. Fuel. Bring me gasoline, oil, kerosene, anything that can make a motor or generator run, dude. These are dark days, and people need light. We want to bring it to them.
Il veut de l'essence, ce
You
bâtard.
bring me the fuel, and the batteries are yours.
It's obvious that I don't have anything like that on me.
Then I'm sorry to have to tell you this, dude. No fuel, no deal. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure out some way to make me happy.
Salut Gaëna. En forme? Je viens de discuter avec vos hommes.
I just talked to your men. Those maggots who are prostituting Rose. Your business dealings turn my stomach.
Watch your mouth in my house, you damn prig. Because you're insulting me in front of my people. And this is not the first time.
That poor girl is disturbed. She has the mind of a child. What you guys are doing isn't right.
Do you want to talk about justice, dude? About that objective, impartial, blind lady with the scales? It's funny that you're the one bringing up that blindfolded whore. And wasn't it you who paid handsomely for some time alone with that little mouse? So, did you have a good time with her, Mike? Tell me, what are those blood stains on your shirt? I suppose my informants are mistaken. And that blood is unrelated to the disappearance of a certain preacher in this city. Michael, did you treat him justly? Now, who the hell do you think you are, handing out lessons in morality to anyone, dude?
But how do you know? Oh wait, there's an explanation for all that.
Of course, there's an explanation. And it's very simple. You gotta do what you gotta do. But don't you worry, Mike. I see everything, but your secrets are safe with me. I like you, dude, because deep down, you and I are much more alike than you think. Our true nature is coming out in all its glory in this new world. You just need the courage to act on it.
You're wrong. I'm not like you.
Ouais, ça fait déjà un moment, tu vois, qu'il est sorti. C'est une petite aventure point and click indépendant, tu vois, mais il est... Franchement, il est cool.
And when it comes to Rose, let me tell you that she has every right in the world to defend herself.
Il y a une bonne ambiance.
The magnificence of this new world. It's given us absolute freedom to assume our true roles. Rose, just like the rest of us, has to decide if she's a lion or a lamb. Ain't it grand, dude? It's only now that we're truly free to choose. But don't get me wrong. The right to defend herself is hers, and hers alone. So be careful with the heroic gestures, Mike. You touch a single hair on the head of any of my men to defend that little mouse, and I'll rip your skin off.
Quand je fais mes...
at a time.
Je fais mes razzias pendant les soldes de Steam.
Yes. You've made yourself perfectly clear. You won't have to tell me again.
Je les prends un peu au feeling comme ça. Et je fais souvent des bonnes pioches en vrai.
That horrible music is drilling into my eardrums. Why do you always play the same song over and over again?
You're lucky we're friends, Mike. Otherwise, I would have pounded your nose into your skull. That was my late father's favorite song. He was an apostle of the new world, a visionary.
Apostle of the new world?
That's right, Mike. An evangelist, a prophet. I hated that old bastard for years. As a boy, the beatings he gave me made me tremble at the sound of his voice, of his boots, of his belt. When I was just a kid, he forced us to live in the forest for days on end. Those were his survival classes, he said. I still have scars from those.
Ouais, Monkey Island, j'avoue, ouais, parce que là, c'est les Monkey Island, c'est un classique. Ouais.
Clutching his flask of whiskey like a baby's bottle.
Non, c'est vrai que les... C'est sous-estimé comme genre les point and click, mais en vrai, c'est excellent.
His commitment to making us strong. He was a visionary. He knew that hard times were coming. He never stopped.
En fait, là, il se réveille.
And he prepared us for them. That hell, the
Il se réveille après une genre d'apocalypse. Il est amnésique. Il se réveille dans un espèce de camp de réfugiés là, mais c'est plutôt un camp de concentration. Et ça commence comme ça, tu vois. T'as des gens qui sont malades. Alors ils sont possédés par le démon là, tu dois chercher un espèce de médicament et ça commence comme ça. Tu sors du... l'espèce de camp de manouche là, tu cherches des chaussures. Et ça avance comme ça de fil en aiguille en vrai. Franchement c'est une bonne pioche ouais, pour le... Puis en plus tu l'as pour une poignée d'euros pendant les soldes là. Là j'ai fait une bonne pioche. Ah ouais, non, maintenant, tu sais, c'est juste, c'est un genre qui... c'est l'offre et la demande, hein, tu sais, dans le commerce. Même dans l'industrie, maintenant, ils sont toujours sur l'offre et la demande. Du coup, il suffit que les tendances changent et qu'il n'y ait plus trop de demandes et les éditeurs, ils vont plus vers ce genre de jeu, tu vois. Regarde, même les Telltale, ils ont du mal à perdurer. Ça, c'est sûr, hein, le cinéma, c'est pareil, tu vois, maintenant. Il y a très peu de... Il y a très peu de réalisateurs qui font des films à prestige, tu vois, même s'ils vont... À part les films d'auteur. Donc t'en trouves, tu vois, mais genre indépendant, tu vois, c'est tout. Hein. Mais c'est sûr qu'il y en a peut-être moins que... à l'époque où c'était à la mode, on va dire. Après, il y en a des plus modernes, tu vois. J'ai fait The Council juste avant, là. The Council, il est excellent aussi. Hein. Tu parles avec Napoléon, George Washington. La bombe. Après, il y en a beaucoup plus en anglais, tu vois. Il y en a beaucoup plus en anglais. Il y en a sur Steam, t'en trouves masse, hein, du point and click, mais il n'y a pas beaucoup de traduction française, tu vois. Mais après, il y en a, ça va, tu vois. Il y en a même en... un peu à l'ancienne, tu vois, en 8 bits, genre en pixel graphique. Bah, en vrai, ouais, il faut un PC, tu vois. Mais j'avoue que sur Steam, au final, si tu fouilles bien, tu vois, il y a mass game en vrai. Steam, Humble Bundle, GOG. Putain, comment je peux faire pour lui ramener son essence de mort là? J'ai cliqué, je suis sorti de l'écran. Générateur.
Hey, you guys. You talking to us?
I don't have anything else.
Okay. You paid for. What exactly?
Il me laissera pas toucher son bordel là.
Touch that generator. My partner and I.
Extremely. I was just curious and wanted to see this relic up close. You don't have to get nervous. I don't think it would do any... Why would I want to do... I don't think it... A damp, moldy business card. Beechwood Oracle. Most of the Texas...
qu'elle fait.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead. You came back.
Hello, Rose. I'd like to talk to you, Rose.
Yes, Mr. Sleepyhead. I know a secret about you. It's something very important, but I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
Because you haven't brought me my...
Ah ouais, faut lui ramener son bébé là, putain.
Goodbye, Rose.
No, will you help me, Mr. Sleepyhead? Will you bring me... Be my knight in shining?
I'll try, Rose.
Donc faut que je ramène son bébé. Et pour ça, faut que je trouve du carburant. Il n'y a plus le clochard là.
That's odd. The drum has a huge bullet hole on one side. Everything indicates that it was being used for target practice.
Michael, thank God you've come back. Colin is worse. His trances are getting longer and deeper. My wife and I are afraid the end is near. Please tell me that you've brought the medicine to cure his disease.
Il est proche de la mort, bordel.
But this man deserves to know the truth. I owe him that. I'm sorry, Rod. You have to see this. It's an army report. It says that the cure we were talking about doesn't exist. That it never existed.
No.
Oh, moi j'aime bien, tu vois, quand t'as une formule qui fonctionne, des fois il n'y a pas besoin d'en mettre plus. Tu changes l'histoire.
Colin himself can see them from the window of his room.
Calm down, Rod.
Don't tell me to calm down. You've brought ruin to this house. You've come to sentence Colin to death. But that drug exists. It has to exist.
Listen to me, Rod. I've done everything in my power to find the drug, but there is no such thing. Try to understand. There's no cure for the dissolved.
The dissolved? I warned you, Michael. I warned you not to use that.
C'est quoi ce déglingo, bordel?
Get out of here. Get out of our lives forever.
Wait, Rod. I'm sorry, but you promised to help me. You promised to help me get my identity back.
Help you? You've ruined our lives. You've condemned our little boy to death. Get out of here. Get out of here at once.
Michael? Michael, I have to talk to you. I have a message. I have a message from her.
My God, it's Colin. A message from her?
Michael! Michael, please! She told me to talk to you.
Where do you think you're going? Don't you dare go into that room. You're not welcome in this house anymore.
But the boy, he called out to me by name.
Colin's delirious. He doesn't even know who you are. Get away from my
Michael!
Le sang de ses morts.
I have a message from her. It's very important.
Damn you. Don't go near that door. Get out of this house. Listen, Michael. We have a gun in that room with 2 bullets in it. Don't make me waste one of them on you.
It's all right, Rod. Calm down. I'm leaving.
And as for you, vultures, drawn by the scent of death, I won't let you take anything. You hear me? Not a single thing. When this is over, when he's gone, I'll make sure there's nothing left for you. You won't get anything. You won't get anything.
Ils ont cramé ou quoi?
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid while everything around me is transformed. Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind. Even if there was something inside there that could interest me. Jeez, that bonfire is too hot to touch. In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family are going up in smoke. I'm not going to add any more fuel to this fire. In the flames. He made it very clear. After his outburst, even if there was something inside there that couldn't. Jeez, that bonfire is too hot to touch. Amidst these flames, they're going. Maybe it's not a good idea.
Il me faut de l'eau, non? Il me faut de l'eau en vrai.
Ugh. It's completely coated with rust and mildew. This structure seems... An enormous rusty, everything at least. According to one of it looks some. Since I could. I came out of this. Since it's made of reduced. Violent. Hey, you talking to us? I don't have anything else. Okay. You paid. Cars, machinery. This place is a very. It's the pot when winter comes.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Hello, Rose. Goodbye, Rose.
No, will you?
I'll try. Hey, Hank. The last time I was here, you told me that you could get anything. I need some batteries.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have gotten very ugly.
How much is it gonna cost me?
Save your cash for those poor devils out there. I can see the future, dude. I can smell it and touch it. And that's
So what is it you want in exchange?
The only liquid asset still worth anything in this new world, Mike. Fuel. Bring me gasoline, oil, kerosene, anything that can make a motor or generator run, dude. These are dark days, and people need light. We want to bring it to them. You bring me the fuel, and the batteries are yours.
It's obvious that I don't have anything like that on me.
Then I'm sorry to have to tell you this, dude. No fuel, no deal. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure out some way to make me happy.
I should be going now.
Okay,
Hello again. What can I get for you?
I'm not really interested. I have no intention of getting any close besides. Prolonged contact with these animals would be detrimental to my health. I'm not going to talk to them anymore. You can smell these. I have no. This door I can hear.
Ambiance de la mort, bordel.
I'm not going to take any. A small red LED is blinking on all of them, an unmistakable sign that they've been used. I don't quite see how I could use this here.
Je sais pas si elle peut m'aider, elle.
Hello, Uma. Tell me everything you know about the dissolve, Uma.
These people suffer the most excruciating pain and die in the most horrible way I've ever seen. The first symptoms are bouts of nausea and fainting, which become more frequent and prolonged as the disease progresses, until in the end their entire metabolism enters a state of shock. Then their entire cell structure dissolves. It simply disintegrates. There's no medical explanation. It just happens. But there's something even stranger about the disease.
What could be stranger than what you just told me?
The dissolved become erratic, unpredictable, eccentric. They're uncontrollable. That's why the army fears them. They're afraid of their unpredictable behavior, but also of their strange messages. So the sole function of this place is to keep them locked away, hidden and under the army's control, until death takes them off their hands, one by one. It's also why people who harbor the dissolved are punished, and it's also the reason for the existence of the cleanup brigades.
What do you know about the cleanup brigades?
Those savages, I despise them. They're like predatory animals, heartless and the rest of this. That.
Uma.
Talk to me. That will be very.
Ah oui, pour combiner les objets.
That wouldn't serve.
Il faut déjà tous les avoir.
A row of anonymous ramshackles could fall apart. It may be in...
Hein.
I'm not going to take any. A small red LED is blinking on all of them, an unmistakable sign that they've been used. I see a yellow bucket in here with medical waste, with a handful of what seem to be tests for detecting the
On
dissolve.
peut pas le prendre.
I don't think it would do.
Ouais, j'ai rien ici, hein. J'ai rien à prendre ici.
Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? I can't use... I don't think it would... I don't think it would... Better not.
Je pense qu'il faut que j'éteigne l'eau là, le feu sur le bébé. En vrai, j'ai rien pour l'éteindre. Ah, peut-être avec le barman, je suis con. Pourquoi j'ai pas parlé avec le barman? Peut-être il peut m'échanger de la flotte, lui. J'ai cliqué en dehors de l'écran.
Hello again.
I saw a bunch of...
Nothing. Just take my advice, pal. Keep your note. Okay.
Ok, d'accord, donc il veut rien me vendre.
I have no intention of climbing back up there. I'll have problems with the hunter and his men if they...
Ouais, ouais, non, non, ce point and click là, il est excellent. Ligne de baril.
I have no intention... What for?
Comment je peux éteindre son feu de mort là?
It's not long enough. I'd only end up burning my hand if I tried to stir the fire with it.
Ah.
This plastic bag is in the flames. All the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family are going up in smoke. I'm not going to add any more fuel to this fire. That's odd. Everything indicates that it was being used for target practice. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Maybe it's not a good idea to stoke this bonfire anymore. Maybe it's... In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family.
Je veux pas les gants là? Ah non, j'ai plus les gants.
I don't think it would do any good to throw the wire in there. I'd only scorch it. With the cover removed, that seat looks even more depressing.
Si je force la porte.
Getting into a punching match with this wouldn't help me at all. Since it's made of wood, it's used. I could. Why would I? Even if there was something inside there that could interest me. Jeez, that bonfire is too hot to touch. The bonfire is burning very slowly. I can still see traces of clothing and toys amidst the flames. Even if there was... Jeez.
Non, il veut pas que je la mette, pas que je mette le sac. Je vais aller voir dans les vêtements là.
It would break Rose's heart to see me stealing her baby's clothes. I'm not gonna do that to her.
Il veut pas prendre les vêtements.
Out of the question. I could break it if I hit it with this. That wouldn't serve any purpose. I doubt I'd accomplish anything you... So Beechwood, but what kind? Why was Reverend... And why does that voice inside my head keep telling me to go there at any cost?
Je peux rien faire là. Alors si je lui parle.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Hello, Rose.
Bon, je veux son bébé pour machin. Et eux là.
Hey, you talking to us?
I don't have anything.
Okay. You paid for her. The door to the van is open to you all night long.
Ferraille ordure.
A thick wall of scrap metal, debris and rusty metal surrounds this place on all four sides. It's a good...
Il y a le réservoir d'eau là, bordel.
Cars, machinery, steel, cement, even the skeleton of an old construction crane. This place is a veritable cemetery of the industrial age. Use this here? How? I could try to hide the generator inside, but I'm sure those thugs would notice it was missing right away. I won't be able to use...
Ils me laisseront pas approcher le réservoir, ces bâtards.
I prefer to hold on to it. I think this will be more useful to me.
Ou alors il faut que je pique de l'essence là.
I have no intention of getting any closer. Those pigs in uniform never take their beady eyes off the motorcycle. Besides, the key's not in the ignition. Prolonged contact with these animals would be detrimental to my health. I'm not going to talk to them anymore. A small military sentry box with no door, so narrow.
En fait, j'ai déjà claqué une liasse de billets, tu vois. Pour qu'ils me laissent rentrer dans la fourgonnette là pour parler à leur prostituée là, à leur captive. Ah, je peux plus parler à personne, bordel.
These two kids are about to lose their lives because of me. I think it's about time I left them alone for their own safety. I'm not gonna... Besides.
D'accord, donc je... Personne peut m'aider.
starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything.
Congelé, bordel.
Everything is mutating, and I haven't even moved. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Il veut pas utiliser la couverture là.
In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family are going up in smoke. I'm not going to add any more fuel to this fire. It doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't think it would do any good to throw the wire in there. I'd only scorch it. I can't use these two objects together. I don't think it would do any good to connect the wire to this. It's useless. I'll never get these nails through the metal of the subway sign. In the flames. In the flame. I don't think... Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what?
Le berceau, il va faire le berceau avec ça. Le chat c'est mort.
Even if there was some cheat. He made it very clear. After his outburst, Rod is not going to let me back into his trailer. Poor man. I'm afraid that this new world has finally gotten the better of him. Colin called out to me by name. He said he had a message from her. I have to go in there and talk to the boy before it's too late. But how? Colin's mother. I'm afraid the only thing left for Rod and her to do is wait for the tragic final act of this story to play out. And I'm sure neither one of them let me go into the room in the meantime to talk to the boy. This cookie box should have a revolver inside, with 2 bullets in it. According to the notebook, it's the one-way ticket out of this new world for Rod and his wife, in case things don't work out for Colin. Now I understand why this window hasn't been cleaned. Besides, that glass looks pretty thick. The boy's cries can't be heard from outside.
Je raye la vitre.
Scratching the glass with the nails wouldn't do much good. Besides, I hate the squeaky sound of sharp objects on glass.
Je la pète, est-ce qu'ils vont sortir?
If I hit this window, I'll shatter it. It's pretty quiet around here, and the sound of the breaking glass would alert everyone in the camp, including the soldiers. I don't think I'd gain anything by using. If I hit this window, it's pretty...
Si je la casse, apparemment ça va alerter les gardes dans le camp. Par le bruit des éclats.
The lights are broken and burnt out. I'm not gonna waste time on this. He made it very clear. I'm afraid I can't do that. Getting into a
Quel cancer.
A quick glance at these tents is enough to make you realize how forsaken these poor people are. I have no intention of climbing back up there. I'll have problems with the hunter and his men if they find me anywhere near this cable. There are some insects fluttering that end up getting... Authorized vehicle pass. It's the ID that allows the cleanup brigades to get in and out of the hospital compound in their macabre ambulances. From what I can tell, the army can pump you full of lead if you try to come through the gate without one of these.
J'ai la carte pour aller à l'hôpital, mais il me faut une moto. Une moto, un véhicule quoi. Là il y a la moto, mais il y a les gardes de mort.
From the color of the seat and body, I'd say it's army property, clean and well maintained. This bike is without a doubt the best looking object in the entire refugee camp. Although, that's not saying much considering the disastrous condition of everything around me. Prolonged contact with these animals would be detrimental.
Alors je retourne chercher le lance-pattes.
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight.
Ah non, je peux pas. Ok, je peux pas.
I'll get my stuff.
Son stuff de mort, bordel.
I'm curious to see how this thing works, but it doesn't have any batteries. Where would I be able to find some in the middle of Doomsday, or who could get me some?
En fait, il me faut le... Si je veux réparer le GPS, si je veux une batterie... Faut ça, là. Le générateur. Mais ils sont là, bordel.
It's completely coated with rust and mildew. This structure seems more like a gigantic penicillin culture than a water tank. It seems that these things became very scarce after the Great Wave, so they're invaluable. This one's really old. It's nothing short of a miracle that it still works, but it does. Better not. There are twice as many of them. If I wanted to attack them, I'd be starting off at a clear disadvantage. It doesn't look like it's happening. Out of the question. Reduce. The subway sign is up. No matter how hard I try to plug these in, I'd need a miracle to get these burnout lights to work again. They're not going to let me take them. Even though it's just small change, these guys are playing poker like those coins were worth millions. I don't see...
Hey, you talking to us?
Rose was talking to me.
That little mouse's mind is gone. I wouldn't pay much attention to what she says.
Hey, as far as I know, her entire family after the until when
Si, son bébé il est là, mais il est mort.
I don't have anything else.
C'était hydraté de botte ou quoi?
Okay.
C'est de la bombe.
You paid for it.
Quand t'oublies de boire. Tu te rends compte après 14 heures. T'as rien avalé, rien bu.
I could try.
Je suis niqué là. Comment on peut éteindre ça?
Even if there was something, jeez, I'm bonfire. With the cover removed, I don't quite see how burnt out Christmas. Nothing but leaky good. Better not. This plastic bag is designed to hold the remain. Why would I doubt I'd accomplish anything using the pieces of the metal sign with that. That wouldn't. In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family are going up in smoke. I'm not going to add any more fuel to this fire. It doesn't seem like a good idea.
Le chasseur de ses morts, bordel.
Dented, dirty, and in pretty bad shape. In this corner, I have no intention of climbing back up.
Ruban adhésif, putain, aveugleman.
Adding electrical tape to this wouldn't do any good. I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object, but what do I want to add to it? I can't use these two objects together. Adding electrical...
Ruban adhésif de tes morts. Isolant, normalement, je peux, non?
In the flames.
La boîte.
I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object, but what do I want to add to it? I don't think doing this... I could use the... Adding electrical tape to this wouldn't do any good. Better not. That would be a waste of time. It doesn't seem like it. Adding electrical tape to this wouldn't do any good. Why would I want to do something like that? I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. But what do I want to add to it? Adding electric... That wouldn't... I could... Adding electric... I can't... Adding electric... I don't think... Adding electric...
Coup de ma gueule ou pas?
Use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. Better not. I don't see any way to use the GPS besides. In the flame.
Si je lui mets sur la bouche.
The reflection of this... I'm sure that this sticky tape will be more useful to me. I can't quite use this here. How? I can't quite see... I'll never get rid...
Non, c'est pas là. Si je le mets là-dessus.
I don't think I'd get... I can't quite see why... It would be my pleasure to shut the mouths of those two unscrupulous thugs with electrical tape. But I don't think they'll let me.
Ruban adhésif, qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Isolant normalement. Isolant. Pour l'électricité, bordel.
Why would I want to do something like that? Adding electrical tape to this wouldn't do any good. That wouldn't serve any purpose. This plastic bag is designed to hold the remains of the...
Bon, je retourne là-bas. Câble électrique peut-être?
The hunter's men have already taken care of...
Hello again.
I'm not really...
Y'a rien.
Violent, immoral, and unscrupulous. Loyal dogs... Hey, Hank. The last time I was here, you told me that you could get anything. I need some batteries.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have gotten very ugly.
How much is it gonna cost me?
Save your cash for those poor devils
Oh,
out there.
bâtard.
I can see the future, dude. I can smell it and touch it. And that stupid paper will be worthless in a very, very short time.
So what is it you want in exchange?
The only liquid asset still worth anything in this new world, Mike. Fuel. Bring me gasoline, oil, kerosene. Anything that can make a motor or generator run, dude. These are dark days, and people need light. We want to bring it to them. You bring me the fuel, and the batteries are yours.
It's obvious that I don't have anything like that on me.
Then I'm sorry to have to tell you this, dude. No fuel, no deal. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure out some way to make me happy.
Il veut du fuel, ce PD.
I should be go... Okay.
Tiens.
A roll of sticky electrical tape.
Ils boivent de l'alcool, eux, apparemment. L'alcool dégueulasse, mon gars. Réservoir d'eau.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Voilà, il y a un générateur là, bordel. Pas moyen de le niquer, son générateur là?
These guys have improvised a card table for their poker game by putting a plank on top of 2 old tires. There's no doubt that necessity has sharpened the resourcefulness of the people who live in the camp.
What exactly do you think? Hey, pal. It's that generator and you're a dead man. My partner and I don't kid around when it comes to defending what's ours. That clear?
Extremely. I was just curious and wanted to see this relic up close. You don't have to get nervous. I can't use these. I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. But what do I want to add to it?
Bordel. De toute façon là je peux plus rien faire je crois dans le... Elle me parlera plus.
Besides, after our last conversation, there's nothing left to say. One of the looted nothing. Better not. I have no interest. It's an old wooden. Now it's something you can stack hands on. I'm not going to decide. These two, I think. The view from here is incredible. I have no facade. I can't quite see. Put tape on them. Best not to provoke these uniformed savages any further. The consequences could be. Adding a... I don't think doing... Adding a...
Ah ou alors, je lui dis que son... Peut-être je lui dis que son bébé il est mort en vrai. Simplement, non?
Yes, Mr. Sleep, but I'm not.
Why not?
Because you haven't. I asked you to help me. Aren't we friends?
Yes, of course we're still friends. But Rose, please.
Okay. Again, I have, but I won't.
Ah non, elle veut pas, faut que je lui ramène vraiment quoi.
No, will you help me, Mr. Sleepy?
Même faut que je lui ramène mort son bordel.
And will you bring me a cradle like this one in the picture? Be my knight in shining armor.
I'll try.
Elle casse le cerveau, bordel.
It would break Rose's heart to see.
En vrai, je crois elle est cinglée. Et eux, ils la prostituent là pour leur propre confort. Les bâtards.
Extremely. I was just curious and wanted to see this relic up close. You don't have to get nervous. The hunters... I don't quite... I can't use this here? How? I can't quite see why I would want to stick tape there.
Étagère pleine de bouteilles.
A well-stocked arsenal of that liquid that looks like that rat poison everyone here is drinking.
Hello again. What can I get for you?
I'm not really interested in buying anything. A perfect example of the hunter is an...
Avec leur musique de mort là. Il y a du poisson pourri là-bas, mais le seul item que je peux ramasser, c'est du poisson pourri. Je pense que ça va pas me servir à grand chose. Hein. Il adhésif, il va me servir à rien.
I don't think I'd gain. I can't quite see. This home I can't quite see what this house already has enough. Better not. I don't think it would.
Dans l'église, c'est vide. Il a une vision de mort, bordel.
Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid while everything around. Good God, I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Lui aussi, c'est un déglingo. Oui, en fait, on sait pas, tu vois, il se réveille comme ça. Apparemment, il y a une grande vague. Ils appellent la grande vague, là, c'est les gens qui pètent les plombs comme lui, tu vois. Comme le gamin qui est au pieu, là. Il y en a plein dans l'hôpital. Ils ont pas de remède, en vrai. C'est une sorte d'apocalypse, tu vois. Et lui, il se réveille amnésique, comme ça, dans la caravane, là. Et ça commence comme ça, tu vois.
I refuse to touch. These fish are rotten and falling apart. There's nothing this electrical tape can do for them.
Et donc ils sont dans un camp là, ils appellent ça un camp de réfugiés, mais c'est un camp de concentration en vrai. Au fur et à mesure, tu vois, t'en apprends plus sur le... Tu te débrouilles pour sortir du camp. Et après tu commences à en apprendre plus sur ce qui se passe. Quand t'es mort.
Oh no, the image of that guy again. It's like a loop that keeps repeating. Over and over again. A
Il s'est
damn
pendu
nightmare
lui.
repeats over and over again.
Câble électrifié coupé. Et si je mets du ruban adhésif?
Now I can get across.
Ah non, je peux plus franchir après.
This door leads to a dingy back room. I can hear the buzz of electricity coming from inside, but I can't figure out anything more without a little more light.
J'ai pas de lumière.
No way.
Thalès Blaise. Thalès Blaise de ses morts.
I'm not going to take any. An unmistakable
Ah, j'en ai
sign
plein,
that
mec.
they've
Tu
been
fais, regarde. Tu fais point d'exclamation. Tiens, je sais même plus. Point d'exclamation LG. Point d'exclamation LG, LP. T'as la liste de... Voilà, t'as la liste des jeux. Y'a masse game, mec. LP, tu peux les classer sur le site, tu vois. LG, t'as la liste complète comme ça, brute. Après, tu peux faire CTRL F, tu vois, pour... si tu veux rechercher un titre spécifique. Mais ils sont genre en colonne, tu vois. Et sur LG, tu peux les classer par genre si tu veux. Sur la droite. C'est simplement ceux que j'ai terminés, tu vois, de la liste. Mais sinon, ouais, il y en a presque plus de 500. Hein.
Hello, Uma. Could you tell me again what this place is used for?
This medical center was built just after the Great Wave, taking advantage of some abandoned underground facilities. That was when the authorities were beginning to work on their project to rebuild the city. They told us the building was going to be used to take in the first patients. Of course, we had no idea the disease would become so widespread. I left my job in a clinic downtown to come here. I wanted to lend a hand. They demanded total confidentiality about our work to avoid causing panic in the population. Not even my father knew.
Ah oui, en bas. Après, c'est pas du... c'est pas un 100% trophée, tu vois. C'est juste... fini la trame principale. Et j'envoie le let's play. C'est pour savoir, tu vois, lesquels j'ai fini et lesquels je peux enchaîner. Alors, le 100% sur tous les games, j'aurais pas le temps, tu vois. Il y en a tellement, mec. Le 100% trophée, tu vois. Mais 100% trame principale, c'est fait.
Not even us. We doctors and nurses have been shut in here for months, isolated without even a glimpse of daylight. They say it's for security reasons. It's for our own safety.
Il me faudrait 48 heures dans la même journée en vrai.
Is limited to wrapping up the patients in plastic bags, like the ones they use to transport cadavers, and then simply waiting for them to die. Doing what little we can do to ease their suffering. Then we dispose of their.
Mais en vrai sur Steam tu peux acheter un peu tu fouilles bien, tu vois, tu peux acheter au feeling un peu, il y a des bonnes tu peux faire des bonnes pioches, ouais. En vrai, il faut pas lire les critiques. Et tu testes. C'est rien ça, il faut le faire dans la mentalité américaine en vrai. Dans la mentalité américaine, échouer pour réussir. La fille, banc en bois. Après c'est sûr il faut avoir le temps, c'est ça surtout, hein, c'est... Bon, si t'as pas le temps c'est sûr que c'est compliqué. À l'aise Blaise de ses morts. Il stream quoi en ce moment? Yeah.
The lights are broken and burnt out. I'm not going to waste time on this.
Ah non, c'est pas ici. Pas possible. J'ai tout pris ici.
It sure as hell right down there.
Space Engineer, ingénieur de l'espace. Un troll. Ingénieur de l'espace. Ouais, c'est Kiro, je le ferai, tu vois, mais plus tard. Il est un peu cher là encore. Hein. 50 balles, c'est chaud là, tu vois. Quand on le trouvera à un prix raisonnable, je l'attaquerai. 30 balles, tu vois, quand il sera dans les 30 balles, je l'achèterai. Là en vrai pour 50 boules là il y a bientôt les soldes d'été là. Et je mettrai un petit billet de 100 balles tu vois pour faire encore une petite razzia sur Steam et GOG là. Que bon là tu mets 50 boules dans un titre alors que tu peux... Là je vais attendre un peu quoi qu'il soit abordable. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight je l'ai. Après je l'ai fait un par un tu vois. C'est genre J'en focus un, je le finis. Sur plusieurs en même temps, je me démotive en vrai. Tu sais, quand t'arrêtes un longtemps et tu reprends derrière. Sauf si c'est le même style, tu vois. Sauf si c'est le même genre, les mêmes inputs. Ouais, sauf si t'achètes Day One, tu vois. Si t'achètes Day One, c'est pareil, tu vois. Mais si t'attends un peu, en démat, Steam, GOG, machin, tu vois, avec toutes les offres qu'il y a, tu peux... Humble Bundle, tu peux faire de sacrées affaires. Non, je pense qu'il faut que je retourne dans le camp, y a rien ici. Ouais, bah ouais. En plus, les inputs, elles sont... c'est différent, tu vois. Genre, si tu fais genre un... Si tu fais plusieurs platformers en même temps, tu vois, par exemple, ça va, tu vois. Mais admettons, quand tu fais des jeux complètement différents, t'as pas les mêmes binds, les mêmes inputs, tu vois, et tu changes de genre comme ça, pour se remettre dedans, tu vois, c'est compliqué. Sauf si tu fais pas de pause, tu vois, tu les enchaînes. Alors tu vois, j'ai fait ça avec LX et Divinity. Et du coup, je suis parvenu dessus, là, tu vois, du coup, quand je vais reprendre, là, quand je vais les refaire. Bientôt, là, parce que je suis dans les dés, là. Comme je l'ai fait par ordre alphabétique. Pour pas me casser le cerveau. Bah, je vais les reprendre à zéro, en fait. Je vais les delete.
You're lucky we're friends, Mike. Otherwise, I
Toujours tiraillé entre ton envie de jouer et ton état de fatigue. Ah ouais, d'accord, ouais, je vois.
He was an apostle of the new world, a visionary.
Apostle of the new world?
That's right, Mike. An evangelist, a prophet. I hated that old bastard for years. As a boy, the beatings he gave me made me tremble at the sound of his voice.
Je peux jouer dans le... Et tu mets un élastique autour du front. Une lampe frontale avec le téléphone accroché au bout. Je joue comme ça, allongé. Mais tu peux streamer tes jeux Steam en local, tu vois. Sur ton téléphone.
He was a visionary. He knew that hard times were coming. He never stopped repeating that. And he prepared us for them. That hell that buried me alive in the old and decadent world gave me wings in this new world. And let me be reborn, cleansed and purified. I don't care if the great wave was the work of God or the devil.
Ou alors peut-être il peut me faire rentrer dans l'hôpital. Le chasseur de morts.
My father's prophecy came true. And the new world has put all of us in our rightful place.
Yeah.
J'ai eu un éclair de génie, je crois, là. Non, merde. Non, non, ça, tu m'as déjà dit. Ta gueule, bordel. Ta gueule. Tiens, pourquoi j'ai cliqué là? Il peut me faire rentrer dans l'hôpital pour que je lui vole de l'essence, je sais pas là.
I know where you can get more fuel than you've ever dreamed of.
Don't call me that again, dude. Like I told you, that man died in the Great Wave. But you have aroused my curiosity. So, where is this place? Information like that is well worth the batteries you need.
A few hours ago,
T'es sérieux là, il va me donner les piles? Dans l'essence?
It's much bigger than it looks like from the outside. And it uses enormous
Putain, moi j'étais dans le générateur.
storing hundreds of barrels of fuel in a huge depot.
C'est des sadiques, bordel. Il y avait un générateur, je me suis dit, faut prendre l'essence là, tu vois. Dans la moto.
No, but I do have the key that will let you and your men get them out of there without raising suspicion. It's a vehicle pass for entering the compound, stamped by the army.
That's a very interesting story, dude. I'll have to do some checking, but it sounds promising. Now, if what you're saying is true, you're going to make one weary old bear very happy.
Ça marche avec l'application aussi, tu sais, ils ont une application maintenant. Dans le store Android là. Tu peux le faire fonctionner, tu vois, en NDI. Avec ton... en Wi-Fi, tu vois, avec ton routeur Wi-Fi. Après, je sais pas si l'application... si tu peux l'installer sur une distrib Linux, ça, aucune idée. Et les contrôleurs, ah ouais, les contrôleurs, je sais pas, contrôleurs, même leur contrôleur à eux là.
A deal?
Yeah,
c'est bizarre.
Me and my boys don't like leaving the camp any more than we have to. We're a bit too well known and sought after by the pigs out there, if you get my drift.
I see.
All that talk about the medical center, the fuel and the ID got me curious. I need to get the lay of the land, to check out some things and work out a plan. But I can't expose myself.
Non, si t'as une télé connectée, tu peux faire...
Of course.
Tu streams sur ton téléphone, et sur ton téléphone, tu fais... t'envoies sur ta télé connectée, tu vois, Chromecast. T'as écran miroir, là. T'auras juste un peu d'input lag. Alors, de toute façon, tu me diras maintenant, il va avoir...
Oh, I don't need much. Just for someone to recover the
Google Stadia et compagnie, là.
I'm afraid you're asking too much, Mike. For now, the laws of physics are the only thing from the past that me and my men haven't managed to subvert. In any case, I wouldn't try to prevent that great wave, even if I knew how to do it. Things are fine just the way they are.
Aussi, j'en avais pas, tu vois. Et au final, j'ai pris un Xiaomi, là. Truc chinois. Et honnêtement, sont forts quand même ces bâtards. Pour 180 balles, il y a du bon composant, du bon matos dedans. Comment je peux faire en vrai là?
Could you make it so I get my life back?
Your life? Oh yeah, I remember now, you're a blank head. You told me you had no memory of your past. Listen, dude, be careful about what you wish for, because maybe what you're looking for isn't what you want to find. Are you sure there's anything in that black hole worth bringing back? We're at a new beginning. This is the start of a new era, and you've woken up in it without any baggage. Enjoy it, Mike.
Do you know the trailer where Rod Atkinson and his wife live?
Yes, of course. I know Rod, that hypocritical busybody. He still thinks that with his old world morality, he can save everyone in the camp. He's a real pain in the ass, dude.
They have a young son, Colin. I can't tell you why, but I need to be alone with the kid, just for a few minutes. You have to make a commotion outside to keep Rod and his wife distracted.
Ah ouais, c'est lui qui va m'aider à...
Find any excuse, but I need
À rentrer dans la caravane. Et je crois que je vais pouvoir prendre la lampe dedans. Cette fois-ci.
Bring me the information I asked you for. Bring me that photo of the fuel depot of the hospital, and I promise you'll have all the time you need to do whatever it is you want to do with that boy. And my complete discretion, of course.
I don't know what idea is percolating in the hunter's sick mind right now.
Il faut déjà que j'aille chercher la photo du carburant là.
I gotta make sure he doesn't find out about the boy's illness. Deal. But nobody gets hurt, okay?
Bring me that photograph of the fuel depot at the hospital, and we'll do whatever's strictly necessary.
Ah, ce bâtard. J'ai les piles pour mon GPS. Même lui, il a un... Même lui, il en a un, mec. Même lui, il en a un, bordel.
It's the device the cleanup brigades use to navigate during their raids. Sort of an electronic map. It looks like some satellites are actually still working after the Great Wave.
Mais j'ai encore mon téléphone matraque. C'était un chinois aussi, un ZTE. ZTC, je crois. Incassable.
It's the device the cleanup brigades use to navigate during their raids. Sort of an electronic map. It looks like some satellites are actually still working after the Great Wave. I just have to enter an address, and this screen will show me where it is. Okay, let's enter the address shown on the card from Beechwood Oracle, 24 Mametswood Street. The map shows me a place near downtown. Let's go have a look.
De la bombe? La bombe, bordel. Acte 3. Un génie. Je vais sauvegarder tout de suite, parce que hier, je me suis fait baiser. Je sais pas pourquoi ça a crash, que j'avais rien sauvegardé. Il y avait, bah, ça va, j'avais la sauvegarde automatique, tu vois, mais j'ai dû refaire en speed. Boîte de conserve vide. Je la prends, non? On va leur parler au gros lard là.
Hey you! What are you doing here? Didn't you hear the curfew warning?
Relax. Look at his wrist. He's got a mole bracelet.
So you're one of those domesticated rats? You people disgust me. At least the rest of the worms at the camp have some dignity. But you guys, the moles, are more than a pack of treacherous stool pigeons.
No doubt, I have a great paragon of dignity before me. My hatred for
Les Ala, Mehdi et Moguri.
And more so since the incident at the camp entrance with the mole's children. Ruthless bastards. I just want to ask you guys a few questions.
Deux raclures, regarde.
Do you know what the establishment was before the Great Wave?
I can't say I do. I lived on the other side of town. But judging from what's left, I'd say it looks like it was a bookstore. Looks like it burned down to the ground after the Great Wave.
Well, I for one am glad that nest of bookworms was destroyed. I never liked books. They always were a total waste of time.
Is that right? At first glance, I would have taken you for someone with refined literary tastes.
I think that description fits you to a T.
Watch your mouth, you dirty rat! And don't think that bracelet would protect you. I could blow your head off without batting an eyelid. Don't forget who's in charge here.
Why are you posted here?
Just following orders. Rat, we're here to protect and serve the inhabitants of
Elle nous aime pas, hein. On se fait insulter de rats à tous les coins de rue, mon gars.
We're doing our nightly rounds, and we have orders to keep a particular eye on this neighborhood.
And why this neighborhood in particular?
Well, as you can see, This area of the city was left almost intact after the Great Wave. It was kind of a miracle. Most of the homes and businesses are still standing, so burglary attempts are pretty popular. If there's anything left in the city worth guarding, it's here.
You ask a lot of questions. Have you come to steal something, rat?
No, of course not.
Le gros bâtard, il te provoque au maximum.
I wouldn't provoke my partner too much if I were you. He's plenty jumpy today, and he's sometimes rather unpredictable.
And as for you, blabbermouth, I watch my tongue if I were you. How I am is nobody's business. And you, get back to your nest, rat.
Pas de soucis, Gana. Tu passes quand tu veux.
So how's the night going?
Very quiet, except for a shooting at the entrance to the city a few hours ago. I think someone tried to steal some food. And when that happens, you have to act decisively. That's our duty.
It would be a fantastic night if it wasn't for those revolting cats. This damn neighborhood is infested
Il est
with
pas
them.
sérieux, mec.
Cats? My partner doesn't like cats. And tonight they've been howling non-stop since we started our rounds.
Filthy creatures, dirty and pestilent. They're to blame for everything.
I won't bother you anymore. Keep up the good work. Wow. It's the device that it looks like. I just. The only lights and the tangle of cables and shoddy connections up there speaks eloquently of the quality and condition of the installation.
Poteau en bois.
Those two pigs seem to be watching that entrance very intently. They probably pumped me full of lead before I got a chance to turn the doorknob. No, computers are a deplorable waste of time.
Sacré PC, bordel.
Got wrecked in the Great Wave.
En décomposition.
I don't have a good feeling about the deep red of the cover. I'm not going to take one.
J'ai déverrouillé Deep Red. Rouge profond.
Burnt paper. The whole place is full of it. Hey, wait. One of these posters has a photograph of Reverend Blake on it. The Beechwood Oracle Bookstore invites you to a reading of The Annihilation of Time, where you can meet the book's author, Edward Blake. That explains why that deranged preacher had the card from this place in his pocket. On the other hand, I no longer have the slightest doubt as to the name of this establishment. And better now they look like the after that maybe aren't as distant as they seem. I don't need to look through these pages. I've already seen the horror out there. I don't think I... Getting into... I'm afraid I can't do that. Getting into a punch...
Planche en bois.
Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? I don't think that wouldn't.
Planche en bois, bordel.
I don't think it would do any good to connect the wire to this. I can't use... Since it's out of the... Since it's... Since it's... I don't think... The can is... Better not. I could use the electrical tape. It's the device that it looks like... I just have... I don't have a good feeling about the deep red of the cover. I'm not going to take one.
Ouais, ça le met mal à l'aise. Ah, ou alors je mets le... Attends. Porte bloquée.
I don't think I'm going to be able to open it that
Quelle
way.
biche.
The sign says, emergency exit, Beechwood Oracle Bookstore. Do not block. Well, it seems that in spite of the warning, this door is indeed blocked. Doesn't look like it's going to be complicated to open this door with the crowbar.
Putain, du génie, bordel.
Done.
Génie, bordel. Génie vidéoludique.
They crisscross the building facade from top to bottom. And from what I've seen, this system of staircases is used only on the oldest buildings in the city. 3 huge lights struggle to illuminate everything they can with their precarious electrical system. They actually seem to create more shadows than light.
Hey, wait a minute. Who the hell's over there?
Alors ils sont énervés. Ils sont énervés, bordel.
I saw something moving in that shadow on that wall.
I think you're a little paranoid tonight. I told you to relax. Come on, take a deep breath.
Shut up! I bet it was one of those cats. All this is because of those pestilent beasts that have been bothering us since we got here. I couldn't stand them.
I better not let those 2 psychopaths down there see me. I should be very careful.
D'accord, donc il faut que j'éteigne la lumière là.
No. Computers are when the hard... They probably... Before I... Those 2 pigs seem to be watching that entrance very intently. They probably pumped me full of lead before I got a chance to turn the doorknob.
Shut up, you filthy beasts! Goddamn mangy animals! Get out of there! I'm going to gouge out your eyes one by one! Skedaddle!
But what is your problem with cats?
Those cats are to blame for everything! They're what brought the disease to the city! They're what
Ah, il est
brought the
sérieux.
virus that infects the dissolved!
Here we go again. I've told you 1,000 times.
Il est énervé contre tout, mon gars, même les chats.
Of course it's not nonsense! I heard it from the friend of a friend who works in a research center.
Those poor creatures aren't to blame for anything.
Shut your face, you worm! You see that? It's comical. Rats defending cats. The world's been turned upside down.
Yes, it is comical. Cats being chased by pigs. In any case, those poor creatures can rest easy. That guy's arteries would burst before he'd be able to catch one of them. Can I ask you guys a few questions?
You again, rat!
Be my guest.
I won't bother you anymore.
Ah, comment je peux la tirer là? Ah ouais! J'aime pas les chats. Je vais aller chercher le poisson pourri. Non, c'est pas là, putain. Ouais, c'est là.
Okay, I'll use the can to avoid touching those disgusting fish with my hands. It doesn't look like it's having any effect.
Ah, les chats vont venir. Putain, ce plan de la mort.
There you are, you mangy beasts! So you dared to come out, did you? Now I've got you! Ow!
Ah là, ce gros là.
Goddamn revolting cats! Sooner or later I'll get each and every last one of you! I promise you!
Don't get mad. Your technique's improving. You almost got one this time.
Shut up!
Comment je l'éteins? Allez, au pif. Il faut mettre.
This is the system that controls the amount of current that reaches each of the streetlights.
Pas ça? Faut que j'éclaire le moins possible en vrai. Je teste comme ça.
Hey!
I don't see. Look, come.
Putain, il ouvre.
Shut!
Comment on éteint son bordel là?
Those two psychopaths down there see me. I should be very careful.
Ou alors faut que je fasse... Je les fasse exploser. Putain, du génie, bordel.
What the shit? Why does nothing work right in this filthy city?
Looks like a voltage surge. Suppose you think.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. I'm not letting those flea-bitten beasts out of my sight. No chance, mate.
Il est énervé, bordel.
Now I know why they stopped constructing buildings with these structures. Not only do they let you get out of the building in an emergency, they also let people get in from outside. The only light source for the area is hanging from this wooden post, and the tangle of cables and shoddy connections up there speaks eloquently of the quality and condition of the installation. They crisscross the building facade from top to bottom, and from what I've seen, this system of staircases is used only on the oldest buildings in the city. It reigns over the building with its crown of twisted antennas and broken air conditioners. On the rim, there's a shiny object. Although at this distance, I can't make out what it is. Those two pigs seem to be watching that entrance very intently. They probably pumped me full of lead before I got a chance to turn the doorknob. Hey, wait a minute. I've seen this place before. I've been here. I recognize this rooftop. Those trees, the park, the statue. Tomorrow comes today. Of course, the photo from the poster. It was shot from someplace in this very building. But what's the meaning of all this? And could it be that the voice wasn't actually trying to lead me to that burned out bookstore down there, but rather to this building, to this place? ton of useless objects are piling up in this corner. Nothing interesting. I guess that's the reason the neighbors left them here.
Vision de mort.
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid, while everything around me changes and repeats in cycles. Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
There's a piece of paper stuck to the door, and it looks like it has a handwritten message on it. Let's see what it says here. Who could Sarah be? And this Chris, could he have something to do with the person I saw in my vision? There's a metal plaque on the wall next to the door. Michael Argent, photographer. I can't believe it. This is the apartment of a man named Michael, an apartment located above the Beechwood Oracle bookstore, and in the building where the photograph on the poster was taken. Can all this really be a coincidence? It's hard to believe, but is it possible that the voice in my head has been guiding me to my own front door? The front door of this apartment has been reinforced with various locks and bolts. Despite the surveillance by the soldiers, the people who live in this building must be terrified of burglary and looting. Of course, it's locked, and I think it's better if I don't try to pick the lock. I could be mistaken for a burglar. The last thing I need right now is for someone to call the guards patrolling this area. Of course, it's locked, and I think it's better if I don't try to pick the lock. I could be mistaken for a burglar, and the last thing I need right now is for someone to call the guards patrolling this area. Of course, and I think on the last... Damn it. Of course, it's locked, and I think it's better if I don't try to pick the lock. I could be mistaken for a burglar, and the last thing I...
Faites la porte avec le...
I have the creepy sensation that someone's spying on me from the apartment next door. It might be nothing more than paranoia, but just in case, I'm not going to force this door open. Getting into a punching match with...
Et si je mets le ruban adhésif?
I don't quite see how I could use this here.
Bah, pour cacher le percule.
Use this. Best not to waste time trying to nail this here. Why would I want to do... I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here. The front door of this apartment has been reinforced with various locks and bolts. Despite the surveillance by the soldiers, the people who live in this building must be terrified of burglary and looting. They probably... Before I got it... Can I ask you guys a few questions?
You again!
Be my...
I won't bother you. They probably... Before I got a chance... Can I ask you guys... I won't bother you anymore. Keep up the good work. A cleaning bucket. And nothing else. It still works. It's the note I found on the door to the apartment.
Je crois que j'ai tout fait là dans la zone.
Isn't it time for you to go back to your nest, rat?
That ignorant bastard is starting to get on my nerves. Yes, I do have to be going. By the way, how did the chase go? Were those cats too quick for you?
You'd better go. It's not in your best interest to get my partner any more agitated. Not tonight.
You shut your mouth, you rat, or I'll shut it for you! I won't warn you again! Those beasts are possessed, and I'm going to exterminate them, one by one, with my bare hands if I have to!
I'm sure that would make you the pride of the force. Just one more thing. Try to stay away from the trash cans next time.
I've warned you, you filthy rat! You've worn out my patience!
Ah, c'est parti en couille.
I'm going to wipe that stupid grin off your face! Ouch! This is the only language you shitheads from the refugee camp understand! So,
il lui a pété une dent, bordel.
Aren't you?
Come on, leave him alone. You'll kill him. He is a mole after all, and it's in our interest to keep him alive. Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, you're safe for now. But I have a very good memory for faces. Another day, I'll finish what we started, rat. I swear it.
Perdu une dent, bordel. On va récupérer la lampe.
These stains mark the spot where that bloated psychopath knocked me down with his flashlight. Now I can say I've made my mark in this new world. Wait a minute. In all that blood, there's something white. It's a fragment of one of my teeth.
Perdu une dent, bordel.
I don't... Of course, but wait. I'm afraid it's actually a pretty stupid idea.
Il veut recoller sa dent avec du sparadrap, c'est pas possible.
would be crazy to go into.
De toute façon, j'ai la lampe. Ah ouais, mais il faut que je fasse ça.
That wouldn't serve any. I don't. Okay, here goes. I'll turn on the flashlight before going down any further. Great. These tunnels are a real labyrinth, and I'm afraid that the map on the cleanup brigade's GPS only shows the city at street level. There's no reference to the sewers in the GPS. I'd better turn back before I get lost. This could be very dangerous.
D'accord, il a chié dans le froc.
I don't see any reason why I'd want to put this inside the bucket. Let's see what this room actually is, with a little light. Alright, I'll flip the switch for the only circuit that's not blown. I think I hear the buzz of electricity coming from the surface. I only see empty detergent containers and a beat-up old electrical panel hanging on the wall. Everything indicates that this was a maintenance room from a long, long time ago. I've switched off the circuit breaker I activated earlier on the control panel. Hello, Uma. Uma.
Talk to me very soon.
She's a nurse, not a dentist. I'm not going to...
Ok, donc là, j'ai plus rien à récupérer. Maintenant j'ai le seau, donc je vais pouvoir éteindre le feu. Faut juste de l'eau. Ah mais non, attends, faut que je le remplisse d'eau. Parce que là, j'ai pas d'eau, là.
In the flames, all the hopes...
Un tocard. L'eau, elle est juste là.
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight.
Il va laisser le seau. Non? Ah non.
Okay, I'll use the bucket for what it was designed for, to be filled with water. I'll get my stuff. Here goes. Maybe we can still salvage something from the fire. Now that the fire is out, I don't intend to carry this rusty bucket around anymore. I'll get rid of it. No. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything. Everything's mutating. Repeating itself in cycles all around me. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Ah, c'est une poupée en vrai, d'accord, c'est même pas un vrai bébé quoi.
Let's see. I'll use the rusty nails to attach these two objects together. Ugh. This doll was already too macabre to do something like that. Well, the baby would have my smile. I can't use these. The great wave may be making me lose my mind, but I'm still not crazy enough to want to put a piece of burnt plastic in a crib. This plastic bag is designed to hold. I'm not proud of what I'm about to do, but I need to find out that secret Rose is keeping from me. And if she wants her baby, I'll give her back her baby. I've brought you your baby, Rose.
Did you bring me my baby? Did you bring him? Thank you so much, Mr. Sleepyhead. You kept your word. You brought me my baby. Now I need you to bring me a crib, like the one in the picture, Mr. Sleepyhead. And then I'll tell you the secret, the key that opens your chest of dreams. You've brought me a cradle for my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead. But it's no good. It's not like the one in the picture. There's no rocker, see? So the cradle won't rock. I can't rock my baby to sleep. Bring me a cradle like the one in the picture.
Okay. Don't worry, Rose. I'll keep looking.
You've brought me a cradle for my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead. But it's no good. It's not like the one in the picture. There's no rocker, see? So the cradle won't rock. I can't rock my baby to sleep. Bring me a cradle like the one in the picture.
Okay.
Ah, comment je lui fais la bascule, bordel?
I'll keep looking.
Ah ouais, d'accord. Avec les trucs en fer, peut-être.
Let's see. I'll use the electrical tape to join these two objects. The bad news is that I just used up all the electrical tape.
Thank you. Now I can rock my baby to sleep and sing to him.
Now I need you to tell me that secret you promised to reveal if I brought what you asked.
Yes, our secret. I have something that belongs to you, Mr. Sleepyhead. It's the key that opens your chest of dreams. And now, it's yours again.
But it's a real key. Where did you get it?
I found it in your jacket after Rod and his wife gave me your clothes. When I got to my room, the key fell on the floor and made a clinking sound. I had just seen you sleeping in their trailer, like a big bear. And then I figured it out. It was the key to the chest where you were keeping your dreams. Because you like to dream, don't you? Of course you do. That's why your name is Mr. Sleepyhead.
The key that opens my chest of dreams.
Thank you very much for your help, Rose. Take good care of your son. I should be going now.
No, please. Don't go. Don't. Now that I found my baby, I have to get away from here. Far away. I have to get away from the haunted castle. If you leave, more men will come and hurt me, and they'll lock me up in the dark again. And I can't stand the dark. That's when those soldiers come back and take me with them. And now they'll want to hurt my baby too.
The hunter was clear. I mustn't get mixed up in his affairs, or there'll be hell to pay. I'm sorry, Rose. I can't do anything.
Mr. Sleepyhead, I can't stand it anymore. Don't let them touch me again. Please help me. You have to get me out of here. Like the knight in the stories. You're my knight, and I'm your princess.
Good God. This is unbearable. Victims and executioners. That sums things up. And what was I? What was my role before the Great Wave? Damn it. I can't just leave that poor girl to her fate. I have to do something to save her, even if I don't know what that is yet. I'll help you, Rose. I'll help you get out of here.
Thank you, Mr. Sleepyhead. Do you promise? Will you be my knight in shining armor?
Yes. It's something that belongs to you, and it's from before the Great Wave. That's what Rose said. The key that opens your chest of dreams. No doubt about it. Rose is someone but the... No. Rose is waiting for someone to talking to her.
Bah j'ai la clé de la porte.
Let's see if my intuition is correct. Yes, the key that opens my chest of dreams is a key that in fact belongs to Michael Argent, photographer. The key to my own apartment. It can't be. It's me. This photo.
Va retrouver la mémoire, bordel.
I remember this photograph.
Please, Michael, help us. Only you can do it.
And this woman she's Emily. She's my wife. Now I remember her. The person who's been communicating with me all this time. Emily.
I love you, Michael.
And I now pronounce you...
Don't ever leave me.
I won't.
I have something to tell you, Michael.
Are you really? Oh, yes!
Things are not going well between us, Michael. You know that.
It's only a rough patch. You'll see. It's all your fault!
You have to get on top of this, Michael. It's destroying both of us. I'm afraid of you.
Shut up! Shut up! Everything will be different. Remember that vacation we took to the beach and we were getting to know each other? Everything will go back to the way it was.
Promise me.
I promise. Oh, Emily, what does all this mean? Where are you? How can I find you? What are these messages you keep repeating in my head? I've lost my mind. I've lost my mind. That's the only logical explanation for this. Oh, Emily. My poor Emily. Where are you? How can I find you? Cottage Times Register. That's the name of this newspaper. Now I understand. This file cabinet holds copies of newspapers and magazines my photos appeared in. It seems like as a photographer, I was very fond of my own work. Alexander Tribune. The title of this publication appears in the front page. Dolphin News, one of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. Disney Banker, that's the name of this newspaper. Disney Banker. Bjorn's Alexander Tribune. Inner Vision Weekly. The title of this publication appears in the front page. Greater City Horizon, one of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. Greater City Horizon. Greenfield Pioneer. The title of this publication appears in the front page. Green Journal of Commerce. Journal Little Laurel Informer. One Keystone Central. That La Motte. Mills International Informer, one of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. First, I'll put the newspaper I took back in its place. As much as I might like my old photos, I have no intention of carrying around any more paper than necessary. News and Reviews. New Objective Wanderer. News and Ocean Photo News
Il y a combien de bordel là?
News Magazine. The title of this publication appears in the front page. Question mark Examiner. One of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. Paper and Pen. That's the name of this newspaper. Union Country Messenger. The title of this publication appears in the front page. The New Truth. One of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. Sandy Ridge Sentinel. That's the name of this newspaper. Solstice Times. The title of this publication appears in the front page. Vanguard Letters. One of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. First, I'll put the newspaper I took back in its place. As much as I might like my old photos, I have no intention of carrying around any more paper than necessary. Westland Standard. That's the name of this newspaper. Village Green Preservation Society. The title of this publication appears in the front page. Whitewood Sentinel. One of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. Yellowtown Scribe. That's the name of this newspaper. First, I'll put the newspaper I took back in its place. As much as I might like my old photos, I have no intention of carrying around any more paper than necessary. Zero Time Alternative News. The title of this publication appears in the front page. 1001 News Gazette. One of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet. Young Zim... Zero... It's exactly the same view of the park and the statue that appears in the photo on the poster. No doubt, this must have been one of my simplest. I completed it without even leaving the house. What for? None of these titles means anything at all to me. It's like looking into a mirror and seeing a reflection you no longer recognize staring back at you. This melancholy music makes my hair stand on end. I seem to be hearing the sad voice of Emily in every note. Where are you? How can I find you? As dry and as empty as the contents of my memory, I see various liquor bottles scattered around the room. That explains the odor I find so unbearable. It's exactly the same view of no I can.
Un fond vert, bordel.
No. I'd only rip it if I tried to pull it down without first taking out the screws. I wouldn't waste too much time on this. Pounding on the screws holding the fabric won't do anything to loosen them.
Avec la dent, je les dévisse.
I'm afraid I can't do that. Whoever designed this building didn't go to too much trouble to conceal the structural elements. There are pillars and wooden beams all over the place. A line of tiny screws holds up the white backdrop that hangs from the crossbeam. This must be just a white backdrop, and these two shattered lamps to light the scene. I don't think... There's already an... I wouldn't waste too much time on this. I wouldn't waste too...
Ok, bon, c'est l'heure de poser. C'est l'heure de poser. Je vous dis à tout à l'heure pour la suite, les pirates.